What's up? I see my son in here. What's up, my son? How you doing? Turn this music down a little bit. Wow, I see you in here, Seal. What's up, my son? Man, I haven't seen no video on the Suicide Squad. I need some videos. Peace to the people that's gonna come in the building. What's up, Miss Tamia? Peace. Shout out to California. Shout out to everybody that's gonna come in the building. You already know what it's hitting for. 747, 24/7, 361 degrees. So, I'm just checking in early, saying what's up to y'all. That's it. We can talk about some knowledge. We can do anything y'all want to do. But I was just checking in early. No, I know it's early Saturday. Y'all probably been partying like it's 1999 last night. It's all good. Peace to the people. What's up, Miss 219 Solar Prime Supreme? How you doing? Peace. Thanks for throwing up the black hand and the robotic hand movie. I appreciate that. So, wow. So last night was the first night I actually did a blog talk radio. That was hot. I don't know if you was in here. I don't know if anybody that's gonna come in here was actually on it. But it was a good build. It was an actual good build. Yes, it was. Oh, you was there. Wow. That's what's up. It was different. It was real different. You know, so everything is expression. It's a form of expression. Everything, and that's the art. That's the art of just getting God's word. If you want to call it God's word, whatever you want to call it. Inspiration from a higher divine reality. You know, it's an art to it. Trust me on that. That's why we all been given a path, essentially. If you want to know about it. So peace to the people that's going to come in. I'll do a little bit of invite. I'm in here. I just turned it on. Yeah, if you in here, say what's up. What's up, Miss Kulana? Good morning, Lamel. God bless up. Bless up to you. Shout out to New York in the building. Peace to everybody. Peace to everybody. Now, it's something that see if I can put this in the comment section. See if I can put this in the comment section. What's up, Miss Lisa? If you look at the description of the joint, I brought up 1 Corinthians 1:27. All right. See if I can put this in there again. I'm gonna put that in the comment section. 1 Corinthians 1:27. I'm gonna put that in there in the description column real quick. 1 Corinthians 1:27. All right, and I just want y'all to just read this verse. This is something deep. The title of this is "Who's the Greatest?" Who is the greatest? You know, and I'm gonna bring this back to one of the disciples. You know, they asked the Messiah. They said, "Who's the greatest amongst us?" And what he did was he brought a child in the midst of them. He put a child in the midst of them. So I'm gonna bring this back to something. I got a point on this. All right. I'm gonna paste it in the comment section. You said as well thank you, Miss Coolada. Appreciate you. All right, a lot of times people, they don't rock out with the Bible, right? Because they get too religious with it. You know, I'm with all books. I'm with all of our books. Trust me on that. That's the Biblos. Really the Bible right there. The Biblos. All right? The records, the sacred records. Well, look at this. Bang. If let me do it. Boom, boom, boom. All right. There it is. Now, boom. I put that in the chat room. Look what it says. It says, but God hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. God hath chosen the weak. Look, and God hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. Think about this stuff. Just think about what it just said right there. Just think about it. Think about it. It said, but God hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And God hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. That's deep. That's so deep to the point that you got to analyze some stuff, man. And you got to say, well, damn, do I know everything? Do I really think I know everything like that? You know what I'm saying? I really think I got this thing down packed like that. You feel me? I really think I'm all that in a bag of chips. You feel me? Just listen what it just said. It said, but God hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And God hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. That's when you thinking you big and bad. When you thinking you got it all. Or you think you ain't here to learn something. You say, LaMel, I just watch your live feeds, man. I just watch your broadcast. I'm not here to learn anything. That's why it says God has chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. Yeah, man. A wise man can learn from the most foolish actions. Trust me on that. And can learn from a fool. Sorry. But yeah. I mean that. You can learn so much from everything. But the sequence of the numbers, if you look at it, is 127. So you be like, damn. This is how I want y'all to start looking at the scriptures too. I want y'all to start looking at the scriptures in the Codex. You know, the scriptures are out of order. They're out of order because literally we in a new age and a new day and time. So you utilize it accordingly, more or less like an encyclopedia. You know, the encyclopedia is in order so you can find what you need in the encyclopedia. That's how the books are. But literally, they're out of order because you don't know when you're going to need this portion of the book. So you go to the book accordingly. You know what I mean? So you got to look at the scriptures like an encyclopedia, more or less. So you go into a reference column in reference to your story. Okay? So, yeah, when you utilizing the Codex, of course, you doing the same thing. You utilize the numbers and the sequence of numbers and see how they resonate. All right? Now, you know that 27 so happens to be this Holy Spirit. Represents the Holy Spirit. Y'all know that in the Codex, the number 27. All right, it's the Holy Spirit or the spirit of immunity. All right. Then you got one which represents harukment, movement. Okay, so this is how the Holy Spirit is moving. This is how you got to take these things when you read these scriptures and you see the numbers. So that way you'll always memorize it in a certain sort of way. Because it's an affection or an infection of how God connected with you. All right? So, yeah. But God has chosen the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. And God has chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. On that, everybody got a weak spot for something. Everybody has a strength and everybody has a weakness. In part, God should be your weakness. And what we doing with this should be your strength. You know what I mean? Real talk. When I mean God being your weakness, I mean for the simple fact God is your strength and your weakness. Because I'm gonna say people underestimate the power of the universe, until they feel how cold it is outside. People underestimate the power of the universe until a storm hits their house. You feel me? So you gotta show some respect to that which is greater than yourself, the universe. All right, which is yourself in actuality, but it's the greater part of yourself, and you casting off a shell every day to connect with that. So who's the greatest? Who's truly the greatest? Real talk. We all go through cycles of things. So many cycles. And objective, we only got one objective in this. Is to live throughout everything. It's just to live. Trust me on that. It's to exist. That is a sacred word. Just to be is the sacred word. Trust me on that. But it's a blessing to have everybody here, man. Everybody that's coming in, everybody that's part of this family, it's a blessing to do what we're doing. Trust me on that. You live and you learn from so many lessons. And it comes a time, that's why 27 represents the Holy Spirit or the spirit of immunity. Because when you look at the verse that I gave y'all something simple. I gave y'all 1 Corinthians 1:27. But if I would take the 1 and the 1, which is equals 2, that would be 227. You feel me? It would be 227, so it would be frontwards and backwards. So it's the spirit, the Holy Spirit, and the spirit of immunity. Alright? It's all in connection, man. That stuff is all in connection. In reference to this. The numbers have a personality. Okay? The spirit of immunities and the Holy Spirit, this is how they operate. One is there to forgive you and one is there to punish you. Because literally, it represents an aspect of yourself that you need to grow up on. It takes so many lessons in life for us to say, man, I get it after the punishment, after the fact of the punishment. That's the hardest thing about it. And you know who's there to pick us up? The Holy Spirit, or what we call the spirit of immunity. Real talk. And that's why we call it El Gaforo in the Messiah Codex. Alright? To everybody that's a part of this movement for what we're doing. Because it's beautiful. It's really, truly beautiful when you can learn. You can just learn so much. So I beg to differ when people say the Bible is in chronological order. The Bible's not, or the Quran. It's not in a chronological order. Right? You are literally making the chronological order as we speak. Trust me on that. That's what you're making. And you developed it. That's why I gave y'all the square of Jupiter. When I gave y'all the square of Jupiter with the balance of 34, it meant something. It was truly something that was great. Why? Because it showed you how you can balance numbers even when they're out of order. You can actually have a balance with numbers even when they're out of order. And this is how it goes with life, man. When y'all see things moving and stuff like that, patterns moving that I be showing y'all, it represents you, because these are geometrical shapes that you're in, but they move so fast that only thing you see is the image that's before you now, which is literally almost like an illusion in a sense. You feel me? I appreciate everybody. You know, it's all about growth. It's all about growth. That's why I gave y'all the tree. That's truly why I gave y'all the tree. More than anything, I gave y'all the tree. You say, LaMail, why you gave us the tree? Because why wouldn't I give y'all the tree as a symbol and say, man, it's all about the Codex. And people say, Codex, the Messiah, Codex. They looked at the word Messiah, but they didn't even pay attention to the word Codex. Because the symbol that I gave y'all was the tree. That was the symbol that I gave y'all. If anything y'all say with this, as far as these teachings and what I'm sharing with y'all, I gave y'all the tree. The tree. All tree in one. I gave it to y'all. Okay? So when you see it like that, you can be it like that. So who's the greatest? Man, God had chosen the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. And God has chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty, man. You ain't big and you bad. Trust me on that. Nobody's big and they bad from any whatever. We all have a weakness to us, man. And a lot of times the things that's weak, you know, we gotta work on. I'm trying to tell you, that which is weak, I would say work on first. More than anything that you're going through. Work on that which is weak. It's 11:44, 144, the 141. Hopefully everybody getting the 411 on that. You know, I'm here for a reason, man. You here for a reason. We all here for a reason. We all have purposes, not a purpose in life. We all have purposes in life, period. That's all I gotta say to y'all. And with that, we fulfilling it every day. We are totally fulfilling it every single day. No joke. And that's what I want to let y'all know. Y'all gotta be willing to fight through the battles though, man. That's the hardest thing. Because you think about it, you know, you got a normal life. You got everything in your life that's telling you to do this and telling you to do that. Everything is distracted from the true path that you know you need to be on. So you got to build up a habit for these things. You really do. You got to build up a habit. I lose a lot of people because they got other habits. It's not the fact that, you know, they don't want to be here. It's because they got habits, just different habits. And I'm not saying that they're drug habits. It's just habits you get into, routines that you get into. You know, I'm doing my best to let y'all know that this is the best routine that you can get into right now. Why would I say that? Because we build it for the future, man. We working for the future. Yeah, we honor the past, but we build it for the future, man. We are working on being remembered. This Codex, man, today is 10/19/23. Y'all know that. Anybody that follows the Codex, today is 10/19/23. Let me put that today's date, man. Everybody need to follow the date. It's important. We in a vortex, whereas though they trying to make us lose time and space. And if we don't find it, who's gonna find it for us, man? Today is 10/19/23, man. Pay attention to the Codex. Pay attention to the time and space that we in. That represents something. That's 10/19. That's 191. 191. That's a code right there. 23. Yeah, that's still a code. That's the Cyclops. Y'all know the 23 is the Cyclops. So the 10 is the square of the day. The 19 is the triangle of the day. And 23 so happens to be the circle of the day. So it's just all in connection in sacred geometry. Alright? It's all in connection with sacred geometry. That's why I said, man, I need y'all to just be focused on the calendar. Because they always took time away from us. They always took time away from us and gave us some time that wasn't of our own. This is our time right here. This is the calendar. We in the second year. We in year 2. The 10th squared, the 19th triangle, and then the 23rd circle. That's important, man. That's more important. The most important thing I can tell y'all is to start from the calendar. is to begin with the calendar and to keep up to date with the calendar and know what tomorrow is going to bring. Because it's a spirit of every day. Every day has literally a spirit, y'all. Excuse me. Every day has a spirit. Just like today is 10, which is the breath, Hayu. But Hayu deals with a certain type of force. For everybody that got their book, go to Hayu and find out what Hayu means. Okay? Go to your book. For everybody that has a book, for the 1-for-1 hand manual, go to Hayu and you'll find out what Hayu means. Alright, but I'll give you a brief description. It literally represents the breath. It's Hayu. But Hayu 10 could be two things. It can be Hayu or Saphir or Sophia. Okay, two different things it can be. It can be Hayu or Sophia. Alright, Saphir. So Saphir is the cipher, which is the 10. Alright? But when I'm saying Saphir, we're talking about Sophia, which is robotic. It's a robotic breath. It was the robotic breath. It was the beginning of robotics, the mother of robotics, which is Sophia. And I predicted that. Real talk. I'm going to say, Lamel, you did. Yeah, it was all in the Codex. All in the Codex. Saphir was Sophia, which was the first literal AI that became a citizen of Saudi Arabia. And you'll see it in the Codex. You'll see number 10 is Saphir, which is Sophia, which means the secret. All right, so she became the first robotic, the first AI to become a citizen of a country, which is in Saudi Arabia, of course, which is the Mecca. And then you have the cube, which is there, and we already know the cube represents the matrix, all right, or the tesseract, generated force, which is symbolic of the Cyclops also, all right, which is the 23 of today's circle. Then you have the 19, which is today, which is the triangle, which is what you know. And what you know is certain things need to be quarantined. You need to be quarantined from certain things. Real talk. 19 is the galactical hero. Just want to let y'all know. It's the galactical hero. Some unique, like, man, God's kingdom is literally like a prison. It's literally a prison. But the way I want to say it is a prison, but it's a prison. Really. Because only certain things can come in there and only certain things can come out. Well, that sounds like a prison to me. Or a prison. So God's kingdom was literally like a prison. Because it was like, it's literally something that needs to be protected. This is the number 19 in the Codex. Y'all know what the number 19 looks like in the Codex. I can do it upside down. But either right side up or upside down, it's the same thing. It looks like a house, which is the pentagram. You see that? Which is the number 5. It hits on the number 5. That's balance. Alright? So, yeah. That's what it was all about. That's what it was truly all about right there. That's why you see the number 19. This is the number 19. You see it. It was the fisherman or the fisherwoman's hook. Yeah, you being a fisher of men and women. Yeah, that was the hook. Literally the hook. Alright? Or your nation. That was the hook line to build your nation. Alright? But it became the number 19 in the Codex. Literally because the end is the 14, which is another cycle. And I bring y'all from the 1 through the 4, the 1 through the 9, the 1 through 13, the 1 through 31. I bring that to y'all. But this number 19 represents the prism because 19, everything flows through the 1 and the 9. So it's the prism. That's why the number 19 so happens to be the pentagram. Because the pentagram or the pentagon or whatever you want to say, the 5 books, or those 5 fingers or those 5 toes is what keep you balanced when you walking through life. Or you need to grab something in life. It keeps you balanced, the 5. It always kept you balanced, all right? So that's why the first servant that the master came to, he gave 5 talents to. And those 5, he turned those into 10 fingers, all right? Or 10 command keys, whatever y'all want to call it, the 10 command keys, all right? Which is how you get into the combination to get into a door, the 10 command keys. All right, so that's important right there. But this is what you know. This is the number 19 of today. That is the triangle of today. What you know is you got to make certain things. You got to stay away from certain people. You got to quarantine your life. You got to quarantine your life and make it whole. To make it whole, you need to quarantine it in a certain sort of way. Seriously. And then we'll go back to the number 23, which is the Cyclops. And Cyclops is one eye. It's just one eye. Real talk. It's just one eye. You say, well, what's so significant with that, my man? What's so significant with the Cyclops being one eye is the art of concentration. The art of concentrating on one thing at a time. And the thing about the Cyclops is, too, reality is interpreted to you like this. You see it, sometimes people see it like this, where it hits your eye, and it goes to your occipital lobe of your brain, and then you interpret reality through all the other lobes of your brain. But what I'm telling you is this, the Cyclops only has one eye. It's aware of everything with one eye. You say, how can it do that? Alright? It actually molds and forges its own reality through its eyes, through the way it sees things. That's why it's the Cyclops. It forges its own reality through the way it sees things, through the way it sees life. That's why it shoots through its eyes, because it forges reality. You're aware, just being aware. Trust me on that. That's what it's about. It's really about that. So those are the degrees of today. Today's 10/19/23. Who's the greatest? Man, we don't know who's the greatest, man. Not amongst us. Because everybody's great in their own right. But truly, God is the greatest. That's the only thing I can say to y'all. God is the greatest of all things. And that's the force that we got to tap into. So, yeah. It says, but God hath chosen the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. And God hath chosen the weak things of this world to confound the things which are mighty. Don't think you big and you bad. Because there's somebody always better than you. Alright? I mean that. Don't think you big and you bad. There's somebody always better than you. Alright? I love y'all. I just wanted to tap in and talk to y'all early. That's it. It's worth it. It's worth it. I really wanted to tap in. Shout out to everybody that's still asleep right now. I know what it's hitting for. I definitely know what it's hitting for. I love y'all though. It is what it is. It definitely is what it is. 12/21, I love you too. I appreciate that. Thank you to everybody that understands and knows the code. It was something that I wanted to say on here, man. That's very important. Besides anything. Something I really wanted to say. Yo, man, affectionately, I think we need to know these numbers like that, man. I broke down something on that, what's the name? That was crazy last night. When I was on that blog talk, I broke something down from the brain, like, I broke down the whole body. I broke down the whole body, utilizing the Codex. I broke that down last night. I don't know if you was in here, whoever was in here, when I was busting down the body. Whoa, that was heavy. That was real heavy. Really. Because it was like something that I really never got to explain. I really kind of never got to explain it, just like boom. And I got to do it on the blog talk. So that was cool. It was cool. So I appreciate everybody. I appreciate everybody that got the message. Real talk. I just know we got so much going on. We got to work on the sign language. We got to work on our language. We got to work on our land. And we got to work on our temple. For real. We got to work on all that stuff and get it done. Real talk. We got to work on all that stuff and get it done. Word up. And then we'll be a force to be reckoned with. You know, this is a movement. That's why I want to let people know this is a movement. This is not anything else that I just want to call it a movement. You know, we'll put it together for what it's worth. But in a sense, it's a bunch of people that have shared political ideas and artistic hopes of happiness. That's what we're doing. You know, coming together. So that's the movement. Peace to the people. Real talk. I came on here early though. I said, man, I'm going to come on here early a little bit. But yesterday I did a double whammy. And it be stuff, man, that I be wanting to talk about. Man, that I don't even got enough time to talk about this stuff. Somebody tell me, they say, LaMel, I got questions about the Codex. Yeah, I would too if I was you. Have questions about the Codex. Because it's so much, I can talk about it every day. Every day, all day, I can talk about. Imagine if you can talk about a subject every day, all day. That just tells you it's serious. I can talk about it every day, all day. Because as I'm talking about it, it's still growing. It's like, damn. And you try to catch up. And you're not even fast enough. No matter how many fasts you do, you still can't catch up to it. Real talk. But for what it's worth, we blessed. Real talk. Yesterday was an alignment. Yesterday was an alignment. Just like today is an alignment. I need y'all to watch out for some stuff, man. Y'all need to watch out for a whole lot of stuff. I need y'all to know that. You say, LaMel, what I gotta watch out for? Y'all gotta watch out for some stuff, man. Y'all in the birth chamber right now. Please know what I'm saying. Y'all are in the birth chamber right now. Alright? Since you in the birth chamber, pay attention to what's going on. Now's the most dangerous time. Now's the most, not when you was being carried. Because when you was being carried in your mom's stomach, you was alright. But now they know you about to be born again. No, now they know you about to be born again, literally. You say, really? I heard that before in Christianity. No, I'm talking about really born again. That's what Neo means. Neo means to be born again. So now that they know that you gotta be free from the Matrix, yo, they like, oh God. You at the birth canal. They trying to get you. Trying to get you, man. They really trying to get you. You know what I'm saying? And you need somebody literally to help you wake up. That's why they sent a Morpheus, which was the god of the sleep. A person that was the god of the sleep, so he can wake the dead. It's almost like Lazarus, because waking up the mentally dead. And all the people really that thought they was high and mighty and didn't want to give it back to God because you thought you was a God. Yeah, we all gods in a certain sort of way. We all gods. But when it comes to the universe, man, it's certain things. We are water going back to a greater body of water. I say that every time. I say that we are water doing our best to get back to a greater body of water. So who's the greatest? That's the question. Who's the greatest? Because by the time you get to that great body of water that you thought was great, guess what? It's another greater body of water that you got to run into. That greater body of water is trying to get to. So you got to look at it like that. Real talk. Man, the Codex helps you define them. Everything you getting from the Codex, trust me on that, is sacred. People argue the fact of somebody feeling a certain sort of way. What's up, Miss? Hey, Miss Phyllis, peace. People argue the fact of people feeling a certain type of way. You say, what do you mean, LaMail, people feeling a certain type of way? I'm talking about the way you feel about life, the way the universe gravitates to you. The way the universe gravitates to you. Sometimes people will argue with you on the fact of how you feel about it. And I told you, we water trying to get back to a greater body of water. But, it's the fact that, we are the vessel. We are the vessel of that. Shout out to Miss Portia. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. So, just putting things together, you gotta know, man, it's like we all living and learning, and we all molding into a shape. That's why you take the water and you mix it with the dirt. You say, really, why God mixed the water with the dirt? That's so deep, LaMail. Because this is the reason why, for stability in a certain sort of way. As you being molded, you're stable. You have a stable form. That's why you needed the earth element. Because the water, this was always on the run. As a Messiah was moving place to place, like John the Baptist when he was in the wilderness. Just moving place to place. Everybody moving. You know what I'm saying? But the earth, your earth, was to keep you settled. Because, yeah, you the vessel, right? You the vessel. You the water. The water is the greater consciousness, the divine reality is water trying to get back to a greater body of water. But you got a vessel, all right, to fill that cup. But it comes a time where that water seeps out of the vessel. It comes out of the vessel. No matter how much you try to bottle the water up, it'll just come out of the vessel. So that's how your spirit is in a sense. It's like people try to bottle you up. People try to say, man, you're not a Messiah. You're not a leader. You ain't shit. Nothing. You're not going to be rich. You can't do this. You can't do that. And then you basically defy gravity by doing what they say you can't do. All right? So that's you busting out of the bottle. That was you busting out of the bottle because you just bust out of the bottle. Water trying to get back to a greater body of water. So you just bust out of the bottle. Then next, you go to the earth. And as you go to the earth, you become settled as the water. Because the earth molds you. The earth utilizes you for the greatest purposes that you can be utilized for. You feel me? Because the earth is like a transmuted force. It's like a transmuted force. It's a force of change and of stability. So it brought that to you as a personality and of the water. It just brought stability to you, and it was molding you, and that's why you became clay. You became clay in a sense, all right? And that just moved through, and you just found various different versions of the earth that you was in touch with, all right? And then from there, you created life when you connected with the earth, all right? You created life, plants, vegetation, animated flesh. You created life when you connected with the earth. So that's why the water and the earth was so important, in essence of your journey of spirituality. That's why they were so important. They all have a connection. I tell people, I say, get on all fours, which is fire, water, air, and water. Water, fire, earth, and air. Yeah, water, fire, earth, and air. So, and I'm not talking about earth, wind, and fire. I'm not talking about the group. You know what I mean? I'm talking about the elements. I tell people get on all fours. They get a problem with that, but I can be talking about anything when I say that. But people are so arrogant, they not ready to be humble. So they don't want to get on all fours. So So you say, man, yo, man, I don't want to get on all fours, man. Well, that sounds stupid to me because, you know, you have no choice to get on but on all fours. That's why God told you that. That's why God gave that to you. So you have no choice in the matter. Because everybody is going to be humbled in the end in some sort of way. We all going to be humbled. So yeah, get on all fours. The universe brought these things to you, man, for a reason. And you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Trust me on that. Right now it's time to fold them damn knees and get on all fours. Say, LaMail, I'm tired of getting on all fours. Whatever. I don't have that ability. Well, you can sit on your throne because God said, man, shit, if you feel like you don't have the ability to really get on all fours on your knees and to pray to me, well, I gave your ass a throne so you can still pray to me. And your four, that's the seat. That's your seat. Your seat is on all fours. So you can sit there and pray right there, just like this. You feel me? Real talk. Sit on your throne. God gave you a throne. Either way about it, you say either way about it. That's why I gave y'all that verse. I gave y'all that verse, man. I gave y'all that verse, and I said this. Look, if y'all see what's in the comment section, I'll put it in the comment section again. I'll put it in the chat room again. That's why I try to tell y'all, man, this is so deep. Listen, it says, look, but God hath chosen the foolish things of the world to confound the wise. And God hath chosen the weak things of the world to confound the things which are mighty. So you gotta look at it like that. Trust me on that. You think you so smart. You think you so big and bad. You think you so big and bad. You ain't big and bad at all, man. Bad meaning bad, bad meaning good. I don't know. Trust me on that. But God hath chosen the foolish things of this world to confound the wise. And God hath chosen the weak things of this world to confound the things which are mighty. That's why God gave you these goddamn knees. So God said, man, get on all fours. Man, I'm a God. I'm a God. Lost. You lost your God shit. God's deal with honor, man. You know what I'm saying? Wow, that's deep. That scripture always stuck out to me. Yeah. It's real serious, man. That's real serious, man. When it deals with growth. I don't really care where the Bible came from. People be stuck on the damn history of this shit. That's why I be like thinking, they so left-brained in a certain sort of way. I can get when people say that and not utilizing their right brain. But in essence, I'm going to say this, that shit is out of order. The Bible is out of order. Chronologically, it's out of order. The Quran is out of order. You go to it accordingly. You utilize realism in this. And then I showed y'all the meaning of realism. Hopefully I don't got to do that over and over again. But I showed y'all the meaning of realism. You know what I said, man? This shit is easy. Stuff is so easy, man. Meaning of realism. You know? This is real, man. So but what we doing is real, and it's easy. So, yeah, realism, the result. All right, look. The attitude or practice of accepting the situation as it is and being prepared to deal with it accordingly. So, back again, this is the practice of what we do. And with the Messiah Code, we practice realism. Realism, okay? And that's in connection with why I told you, I said the scriptures are out of order. The only thing you utilize in the scriptures for is like an encyclopedia. You apply it to the situation. Thanks, Lamel, for always taking out time to break things down. So much needed. Yeah. See, I send people to the principle. See, we in Sheol. We literally in Sheol, which is hell. Literally. So I send y'all asses to the principal's office every time. Anytime y'all really are out of order, which is the Codex, is another word for code, I just send people to the principal's office. You say, really, why is that? Yeah, because, people were in class, they had class, but they wasn't in class. They was too classy. So I had to take them back. I said, man, you too rough. So I'm sending you to the principal's office. Because you really a bad student. Alright? So, boom. Or you can be a good student. You need to go get the reward. Go to the principal's office. Now, as you went to the principal's office, you learned the principles of things. And you was learning these things. Through life, you learned the principles. Principalities, the principles. It's the foundation that's being laid and the substance in your words. You know that what I'm saying. Yeah, you're right. So you went to the principal's office. And as you went to the principal's office, oh man, you learned all the principles that you need in life itself. That's why I tell y'all, just take the principles from these things. Yo, look, I got a new way that I'm going to put out the books, man. The new way that I'm going to put out the books is going to be, they're all going to be looking like affidavits and stuff like that. Like I'm filing paperwork into a courtroom. Just letting y'all know. For all the people that's really rocking out, that got the books now, the newest books, I got 5 books that's Gary dropped. I got 5 books that's Gary dropped. Alright? 5 books that's Gary dropped. And when I drop these 5 books, they're all going to look like, they're going to be scriptures. I'm going to do them like scriptures, the same thing. But they're going to be like affidavits, or like I'm filing paperwork to court. Because I told y'all before, I said, man, these are maxims of law. So people challenge me and say, yo, all right, well, you didn't make your books look like scriptures, because I can go to verse such and such. If I go to your book, if I got a question, I can go to 4 verse such and such, right? So I challenge you to make your book law, if that's the case, if that's what you say. So I got them. I'm revising all my books, man. The same way I did it before. I came out with like 3 books, and then I said, man, I'm gonna take those off the shelf. And then I put out like a couple more books. I put out Space Station of God, and then I put out the 1-for-1 hand manual. Alright? And I made those books like scriptures. They look like scriptures. I wrote them like scriptures. Alright? Excuse me. Now, what I'm doing, every book is going to be like an affidavit. It's going to be like we filing paperwork. It's going to be like an indenture and a trust agreement. Real talk. That's how it's going to be. That's how all the books are going to be, man. Peace. What's up, Sister Portia? Peace to you. Yeah. All the books that I put out now, they're going to be like affidavits. They're going to be like that. Now, I put out the newest book out right now. It's the Introduction to Magic and Divination. Shout out to the people that's learning those books. You will be able to do readings. You will be able to utilize the Codex, utilizing that book, the Introduction to Magic and Divination. Alright? That is a sacred book. All those symbols, all those ancient symbols and those futuristic symbols in there, those are magic symbols. Alright, just to let y'all know. I know y'all over the internet, y'all see different other symbols And y'all associate those things with witchcraft. But trust me on this. Those symbols that I gave y'all in the introduction to magic and divination are the symbols of the future. Alright? Of the past, present, and the future. Real talk. And you don't need no elaborate no elaborate images to do readings. You can just draw those images on a card yourself. Alright? This real talk. You can just do it yourself. You know what I'm saying? Thank you for breaking that down for me. Those are in verses in the verses of the 141 hand manual is verses 110 through 151. That gives you everything about the readings, on how to deal with the readings. You learn the principles of the 7 days of the week. You should know every day of the week. Every day of the week has an energy and a principle. And with that, you apply that principle to the 141. Alright? So, yeah. Pretty soon, I'm going to have sisters doing readings in here. That's my objective. One of my goals is when I'm talking in here and I want to just build and do knowledge, I can do knowledge. And then I say, man, y'all want some readings. While I'm on here, I'll do free readings too. Or I'll do readings for a price. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just do a free will donation to the sisters that want to do the readings for y'all. But they will be utilizing the system of the 141. They will be utilizing the system of the 141. Alright? So, yeah. That's it. You know, recently, I want to say this. Somebody got offended, yo. You know, I get people that get offended all the time. That just swear they close to me or whatever. They get offended in a certain sort of way. I'm telling you this. That's wrong. You know what I'm saying? What got offended? Peace to Miss Connor Fear. I'm gonna tell y'all, I'm gonna put the business out there. And y'all can check it out. Oh, look at my son in the building. Shout out to the Suicide Squad. What's up, my son? Look, why they get offended? Look, I'm gonna tell you who got offended, Miss Portia. Her name is High Priestess. Her name is Male High Priestess. Hopefully her ass is on here. But because I don't like talking about people behind their back. I hate it. But if she was on here, I would do the same. Y'all know how I did. Her ass got offended because, look at this. I told people this. First of all, if you put me in your group, all right, look, listen. If you put me in your group, in your Facebook group, I'm going to share my freaking videos to your group. All right? Listen, I'm sorry. Y'all might, well, if you are the administrator of your group and you decide to put me in your group, listen, if you decide to put me in your group, I'm going to share my videos in your goddamn group. You know what I'm saying? Without my permission, though. But love, when you get off the live, we need to talk. Yeah, I know we need to talk because I really want you to do some readings. And I really want you to get my newest book. Listen. But listen what I'm saying, Miss Portia. If you put me in your Facebook group, and I didn't even ask you to put me in your Facebook group, you know, I'm going to share my videos. Now, we're not talking about an instant messenger group. We just talking about a group or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Now, she says to me, she said, can you, yeah, push her. She's really good. So, I asked her, I'm like, yo, can you please, take me out of the groups, really? Because it's really like an app on here that I can utilize, that I use a lot of times. All right. Listen, it's an app on here that I utilize on a computer or on my phone sometime where I can share to like all the groups that I'm associated with. All right. You're welcome. All right. Your information is, thank you, Miss Portia. But listen, this is for all the weirdos though. Miss Portia, you know what I'm talking about. So her ass going to say, can you not share? I said, man, can you please take me out of the group? I said, because, I got a program here, that it just shares to all the groups. I just one time, I just press it. And it just shares to all my videos to all the groups. So it's not really my fault. And if I'm trying to offend you and you, the administrator of the group, do not approve my video. You know what I'm saying? Because you can set up your group like that. I don't know if people know how to properly administer their groups. You can set up your group where, upon request, somebody's video will be approved. You know what I mean? You feel me on that? So, guess what she did? Guess what her ass did? And I'll show y'all that for the family. I'm going to show y'all what her ass did. Her ass said, you know what? I took you out of the group. And then she blocked me right after the message she sent. So I can't even respond and say, oh, I didn't mean to offend you or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I really want to say, you know me, I really want to just go hard and say some, I really want to say what I want to say off my mind. But you said, yeah, I took you out of the group. And then you blocked me. What's up, Miss Cherie? Thank you. Thank you, Miss Cherie. Thank you for contributing to the movement. I'm going to pick up that printer tomorrow. Listen, this is what she did. She said, I took you out of the group. And then blocked me. I was like, and then you know how it'd be like, you can't reply to this person. It means they blocked you. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, damn, she got offended. Now she did sponsor the movement and buy the book, if you want to call it like that. She did buy the newest book. But you know why she got offended? Really? This is why she got offended. And I'll play y'all the shit that she says. Y'all. Just to put it out there. Look. You know why she got offended? Because I said something about the damn tarot cards. Every time I say something about them stinking ass tarot cards, all the people that are affectionately in love with the tarot cards get offended, like I'm talking about them rather than the tarot cards. Look, this is how real it gets. This is how real this stuff gets. The moment I start talking about, I did 3 videos on the tarot cards, and I decided not to do any more videos on the tarot cards because I really killed their ass. I killed the hell out of their asses. You feel me? On the videos and the tarot cards. Now, I didn't mean to offend. It's not saying that people saying, oh man, the tarot cards ain't real. And yeah, reality is real within itself. All right. It was a lot of things in there that I discussed. You know what I'm saying? That I broke down. All right. In the tarot card, the tarot card deck assassination. I did a video called the tarot card deck Apocalypse and the tarot card deck assassination. Part 1 and part 2. All right. Of the killing spree. Shout out to Miss Satoria. Hey, what's up, my goddess? Glad to see you back in here. Look at this. So I did 3 videos of the killing spree on the tarot cards. And I exposed all the bullshit in the tarot cards. Now, the moment I say tarot cards are bullshit, people start getting offended. Like it's their newest religion. Like it's their God. Like I insulted their God. What is wrong with you? Yo, like I insulted their God. I said, man, this is blowing my mind. And I said, sisters, I challenge all the sisters. This is what I did. I challenged all the sisters. I said, look. I said, y'all tarot card people, make your own tarot card deck. So, guess what their asses didn't do? They didn't make their own tarot card deck. They started making a tarot card deck with Tupac Shakur and stuff like that, with the same image that basically Pamela Smith saw, but she saw the same images that she was meant to see, which was white people. Real talk. Medieval Spain. She saw that. And she was showing y'all, people say, well, all the white people that she drew on there, she drew it for a reason. Look, they utilized her. They hoard her ass out. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. Arthur Wade, they hoard her ass. They hoard her. That woman lived a life in Jamaica. At the end of her long life, she wrote a book about all this shit. About how they tried to whore her and how she tricked their asses. And they ran with the system. She lived a happy life in Jamaica at the end of her days. You feel me? Separated from the bull crap. And then the tarot card people, they still running with it and don't know the history of it. That's why I said Tarachi, foolishness. Because it's an Italian word. It's a Italian word meaning foolishness. The moment you say tarot, it's foolishness. You feel me? Real talk. You know what I mean? I'm not even trying to offend them people, but I'm just being real about it. Just being real. It's just foolishness. So in the root of the word, that's all I was saying to people. Y'all had to know what this woman was going through. They hoard her. It was the same way that Nikola Tesla, how they got his AC current. How they hoard him. You feel me? Thomas Edison and them hoard him and took the patents for his shit. It's the same thing they did to Miss Pamela Smith. Real talk. They did wrong to that woman. And people running around with cards about in her spiritual system, or the system, her cloak system. It was a cloak system. It's not even her real system. That was the system that she helped them utilize, Arthur Wade. Because Arthur Wade was a student of Madame Blavatsky and them niggas. And Levi Eliphas. He was a student of these people. On that. So, of course, he needed an artiste, a woman that was wise, an oracle. So he got Pamela Smith to draw the drawings of the Tarachi, of the foolishness. So people wanted a hot build on that shit. I thought I was done with this. I really thought people got it. Just like hieroglyphics being translated by the same group, Madame Blavatsky. Real talk. They doing their own thing. They tweaking the code. They tweaking with the code. It's like if a nigga took this shit, right? All the Messiah code figures and just tweak with the code and said, man, I like that concept. It's hot. So you know what? We're gonna switch up the word bad, and we ain't gonna make it bad no more. We're gonna make it such and such. Tweaking with the code. That's what they was doing, tweaking with the code. All right? That's why I said people need to pay attention to what's going on. I didn't mean to offend y'all tarot card readers. I just told y'all asses to make y'all own deck. So now y'all challenge me. Said, Lamel, you make your own deck. So I made my own deck. And now these same stinking ass tarot card people don't even want to support the movement and get the book. Well, get the book and get the deck. All right? Get the book and there you go. You challenged me to make a deck. I made a deck. It's called the 141. All right? It's in tune with a lot of things. And you can divinate at will with it once you master it. I bet you don't want to master it because you can't watch YouTube videos on the shit. You feel me? You can't, like a nigga say, man, I don't know about your divination system like that. Because you didn't watch 100 YouTube videos on the tarot to master the goddamn tarot. Real talk. You're going to have to dig in deep with that. That's the thing about it, what people got to get that's coming in it to divinate with it. You got to dig in deep. You got to go study again. You got to go get spiritual. You got to go pray again. Facts.
Oh no, you can't watch a YouTube video. You can't watch a YouTube video for prayer. You just gotta do the shit like a Nike sign. Facts. You can't watch a YouTube video for prayer, man. A YouTube video can't take the place of your fucking prayer, man. You know, the 141 is you have to assimilate that. It's an application. You see it, it says master key application 141 on the book. Master key application 141. It's applicable. All right? Literally to life. So that's what it's all about. So when the tarot card people like Miss Mel, High Priestess, her ass is on here. I don't know if she on here now. She was all adamant the other day on the live feed. I dislike when people be adamant on my live feed just to get attention when you just want negative attention in a certain sort of way. Real talk. You want some negative attention. Now, she was on here and like, it just be blowing my mind sometimes. It really blows my mind sometimes because I ask people the same question time and time and time and time again. What do you want? Real talk. Now, I mean that. What do you want? But she got offended because I started talking about the tarot card people. I don't got nothing against tarot card people. I don't got nothing against y'all ass. I really don't. I just say step up your goddamn game. You got a problem with that? Show me the money. You tell everybody else to show you the money when you're doing their readings. Show me the money by committing to effort. Show me some money by committing to effort and make your own goddamn deck. That doesn't mean utilize the elaborate images that Pamela Smith gave you. Make your own goddamn deck. Now, if you don't feel like it, LaMail has written a book called The 141 Hand Manual, Introduction to Magic and Divination, and I have a deck in there for you. Alright? Real talk. And if you take time to master those things, you'll be able to divinate and utilize that system. Not saying that your system is, one system is greater than the other, because we all divinate from a certain source, which is the source. But understand where I'm coming from. Understand and understand where I'm coming from. Alright? Real talk. It's uniqueness, man. Uniqueness. See, the problem is with these people that's so adamant in getting into the freaking divination shit in this world. This is what I want to let people know. For the people that want to get in that divinational world and messing with the tarot cards or any goddamn system, the Ouija board, or any goddamn system that you want to choose. You say, I mess with the tarot card, but I don't fuck with the Ouija board. Well, this is the same system almost. You feel me? And any system that you want to mess with, it's a gateway drug. Literally, it's a gateway. And you want what gate that you try and go into? That's the question. Some people got license to drive, and some people don't have license to drive. You know, most people that are divinating, they don't have freaking license to divinate. You say, really? How is that, LaMail? It's like, imagine if you utilizing my Wi-Fi. Yo, imagine if you utilizing my Wi-Fi. One day, I'm going to say, yo, you got to pay something on this fucking bill, man. Imagine if you utilizing my Wi-Fi all day to be on the internet, to divinate, to be on an information highway, to divinate, and you didn't even invent the system. You just bought the shit from Walmart. You just bought a carbon copy of this shit. You didn't get it from me, but it's my system, and you know Walmart ain't giving me a piece of it, and I'm in a death bed, right? I'm just dead. I'm going. Supposedly, you think I'm going. I put something on that ass so I can always come back and get what's mine. You feel me? I put something on that ass so I can always come back and get what's mine. This is why I want to let y'all know. Pay homage. So, y'all fucking with Madame Blavatsky and them niggas. And y'all fucking with all the people that created the tarot system. And y'all paying homage to them. And you utilizing their goddamn Wi-Fi. Every goddamn time. And you ain't even putting the paying the bill. And you telling everybody else to pay for their damn reading. But you ain't footing the goddamn bill. When was the last time you went to Madame Blavatsky's grave and say, well, goddamn it, here's your ancestors, here's a couple dollars. I've been utilizing your shit. Or Miss Pamela Smith, you went to her grave and say, look, I've been utilizing your shit. Or went to Pamela Smith's great-granddaughter and say, look, I've been utilizing your people's shit. Y'all are driving without a goddamn license. Utilizing somebody's Wi-Fi and ain't putting nothing on the goddamn bill. So guess what? Guess what? Y'all niggas are guilty of goddamn treason. Y'all are guilty. Y'all tarot people, y'all Tarachi niggas, y'all foolishness niggas are guilty of treason. That's one of the worst crimes that you can commit to a country. That's almost worse than murder. Treason. Freaking treason. You got a problem with it? That's why I said, don't let me go there. I said, please don't let me go there. I told her ass on the live feed about when I just mentioned tarot. I said, please don't let me go there because I'll expose the hand that you eating out of. For real. I told her that, man. I will expose the goddamn hand that you eating out of. And I don't want to do that because you might got some real good customers coming in that wants that reading, knowing damn well you utilizing a Wi-Fi that ain't your goddamn own. And you ain't paying or putting nothing on the bill. Guess what's going to happen? Bad forces going to happen to you. Bad things going to happen to people. That's why people always coming in the tarot card, like when they go for a reading, their ass is always depressed. They always go into the tarot card depressed. Like, of course they got the answer for you. It's depression. Same way you go to drugs. You go, most of the time people go to drugs because they in depression. Real talk, man. But I'm gonna get off the live feed. I love y'all. Y'all know what it's hitting for. I'm gonna come back strong. Matter of fact, I'm gonna do this strong today. I'm gonna do this strong today. Anybody want to support the book? You already know what it's hitting for. The link is there. I got some stuff for you. Shout out to the people that's contributing to this printer that I'm doing my best to get. All right? Real talk, man. Things is going to happen for us, man. I love y'all, man. 747, 24/7, 361 degrees, man. Shout out to my 1221. I love you. You love me. Me is we. You already know, man. Shout out to my 141s, my 414s that know the 411. Literally. My 911s that's making that phone call because that's the only way you're getting out of the matrix. Straight up, fulfilling your calling, your purposes. Shout out to my 191s. All right. Shout out to my shout out to everybody. I love y'all, man.